Cool, I'm gonna be connecting my truck to this tri-axle trailer, and I've got to first figure out how high should I put my hitch so it matches my coupler. It's kind of hard, I'm not on perfectly even ground here, but I'm gonna take a guess. I feel like this needs to come up another 2 or 3 inches. I'm just pulling out my lock pins on it. And of course, always putting them someplace where I don't lose them. It's a pretty complicated ball setup, but it does the job. Cool. Let me just take a peek. Now it feels it's going to give me a relatively level trailer that's going to ride on all 3 tires or all 3 axles, as well as have about the right tongue weight here. So it feels like a good hit. I'm going to back up and get it connected. Now that I have this backed up and set where I've got my ball right under the coupler, you can actually see I've got the ball just a little bit forward of the coupler because I like it when it slides on, and I don't like when it's sitting too far back where it actually gets caught up underneath the locking mechanism. So I brought it down a bit, falls right on. I always like to lock it on, lock it in, and then I always like to test to make sure my connection is solid. Literally takes an extra, I don't know, minute, whatever. So I'm actually putting pressure on that coupler and ball, and it's on there, it's solid. So now I know I've got a solid connection. One of the things you have to remember when you're connecting your trailer is try not to have folks, I don't know, other folks disturbing you or bothering you or taking videos of you, because you forget what you're doing. And if I miss anything here, it could be fatal. So just pay attention, have a little checklist. I do know I'm locked on, I have the right ball, I got the right height, I've got my safety key in there. I'm gonna put on my chains. I may have to change their length because sometimes the chains are too long and I can just simply twist my chain a bit. I don't want it too tight that it's binding up around corners. I don't want it too long that it's dragging against the ground and not gonna catch the trailer if it fell off. It feels about right. I'm literally just winding this up a little. There we go, that feels about right. Just put one more on here. Cool. I want to put on my safety as well. This is for my brakes, my emergency brakes. And again, I gotta make sure this is at a reasonable tension and not hanging off too far. Okay. That hooked on, and of course, last but not least, my lights. Again, I don't want these dragging on the ground either. I also don't want things hanging in front of the coupler where they might get bound up there and get caught. This one has a long extension, so I'm actually going to spin it around and hook it on there. Now you're going to find very often these connections get corroded pretty quick, so it doesn't hurt to keep a knife with you or something. Keep these connections nice and clean. Just scraping any road residue off, etc. Seems like no matter how often you clean these, they still get dirty. Cool. And connect. Also like just to run through real quick in my head. All right, so on and locked. Safety for my brakes, my safety chains are on, lights are connected. Let's pick up the rest of my tongue jack. Now I'm connected. Last thing I'm gonna do is just turn on my lights, turn on my parking lights, turn on my blinkers, and then go check all the trailer lights. And I think I'm done, ready to go. Cool, so my wind strap is secured and tight. I can see my marker lights are all lit up. I've already checked, just had this thing serviced in regards to my bearings. I do take a peek to always see if I have any grease leaking out or any issues. I'll check the passenger as well, but my marker lights, my turn signals, everything's working. These bearings and tires look good. No issues with any of the tread. No issues with the trailer. I think we're good to go. Thanks.